Time again for another installment of The Basics, and on today's show, in sticking with the Star Trek CCG, I want to talk about the problem with Ketracel White. And anyone that has played this game and has either made a Dominion deck or used a Dominion deck knows what I'm talking about. It's one of the very few things in the game that has really pissed me off, and I will never build another Dominion deck because of Ketracel White. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, I like a good Dominion deck, and I've done a previous episode about how powerful and how awesome the Dominion can be in the Star Trek CCG. But the problem always comes down to Ketracel White, and to a lesser extent the jem'hadar. Now, contrary to what you might have heard out there, a good or great Dominion deck, a playable Dominion deck, needs to have jem'hadar soldiers in it. You can't just have a Dominion deck made up of changelings and Vorta, for obvious reasons, mainly the attributes. And if you have to deal with anything in regards to away team combat or missions and or dilemmas that deal with a lot of strength, you will need jem'hadar. They're the perfect soldiers for that. They'll even beat the crap out of a lot of Klingons. But Ketracel White is a huge problem. It always has been in this game, and I've created several Dominion decks over the years, and they all suffered with the same issues, and that was not enough Ketracel White. It didn't help the fact that when the Dominion set came out and introduced the Dominion affiliation to us, that it was hard to cobble together a lot of Ketracel White cards. The Dominion expansion for me was one of the ones that I bought a lot of, and I only ever acquired 10 Ketracel White cards out of all those packs I bought, and I got 2 through trades. You need at least, and I'm not joking, because I actually borrowed Ketracel White cards off a friend of mine back in the day. I borrowed his entire stock when he wasn't using them. I had 20 Ketracel White cards in my deck, and it still wasn't enough. And before anyone says anything, yes, the Vorta can ration Ketracel White with certain cards. There are cards like Jem'hadar Sacrifice, which I don't have pictured here, which help you to ration the Ketracel White. But because it's an equipment card, any other card out there that gets rid of equipment cards can take it out. You can ration as much as you want. Your Ketracel White can get wiped out. And of course, the biggest problem is it has a countdown icon of 3 turns. That's the biggest problem. Honestly, with all the cards in the game that can get rid of equipment, they should have never put the countdown on the cards. And also, you have cards like Obedience Brings Victory, which means if your Vorta just rationed Ketracel White once per turn, you can draw 2 cards, and if you have in your deck more Ketracel White, you can get them out, and then their countdown starts upon using them. Again, problematic. You also have cards you can use. I'm not going to go through the full list, but you have Reclamation, plays to take into hand from your discard pile up to 2 equipment or site cards. So you can bring back 2 Ketracel Whites and use them again. Or obviously the all-important Rescue. A lot of us have a few of these in our decks or side decks. You can bring back that. But again, because you're wasting space in your deck with Ketracel White, it counts down. Your opponent might wipe them out. You have to bring them back. They'll get wiped out again. There's just so many things that go wrong with Ketracel White, and I will never again build a Dominion deck because of this. It just drives me crazy. And before anyone brings up the fact that I could stock it with non-aligned personnel, yes, but it's, again, more problematic. I like having Dominion personnel, especially jem'hadar, in the deck, and I have a lot of jem'hadar personnel, so what's the point of building a Dominion deck if I'm never going to use them? I love the jem'hadar. They are the foot soldiers of the universe, and they kick so much ass. To not be able to use them and have them just sit there and collect dust. And there have been small ways around it, but at the same time it's still problematic. So for me, and a lot of people I've played with over the years, it is a no-go. Thanks, Ketracel White. Thanks a lot. Now, that all being said, I do urge everyone out there that's never built a Dominion deck to give it a shot to see what I'm talking about and see how you feel about it. It might work for you, But again, Ketracel White is a huge issue when building this deck. It's the only affiliation dependent on a card like that for a lot of its personnel. So it's tough, and I've done it too many times, and I gave up on it because of that. It stresses me out, and when I'm playing the Star Trek CCG or any CCG, I don't want to be stressed out due to one card. It is what it is. Have a great day, everybody.